Well, Chris, let's talk about the economics of owning a franchise. Let's go through some of the details. I'm assuming there's an initial payment. Can you give me some sense of the range? And do I have to come up with the money or will they lend it to me?
Yeah, good question. So, in exchange for the intellectual property rights to implement that business at the local level, you're going to pay what's called a franchise fee. It's a one-time fee. Typically, it's going to be $50,000 to $60,000. I've seen as low as 20, as high as 90, but 50 to 60K is probably the sweet spot. Um, you can pay cash for that, or you can finance it. There's a lot of different ways you can finance it. You can take out small business loans. You can do a rollover from a retirement account. You can borrow money out of your home through a HELOC and other things.
Now, how about training and mentoring? Will they help me succeed?
Yeah, they definitely, listen, they're gonna, well, the franchisor is absolutely interested in you being successful. And by the way, it is a two-way vetting process. You've got to feel like that franchise is a good fit for you, and they need to understand that you're a good fit for them. And if both parties agree to that, you'll be offered a franchise and accept it, and that's where you get it. So, but yeah, you don't need to have experience in almost all cases in that particular industry. A lot of the training is on site, some of it's virtual. Typically, the initial training that you'll get is several weeks long, and then it's ongoing from the franchisor, which is kind of the entity that owns and operates the entire operation. But you're also going to have a support network of other franchise owners within that system that if you need assistance on something, you can call them up. They're not competitive, but they run the exact same business as you do in another territory. So it's really a great support network.
And how about ongoing fees or payments or royalties? I mean, are they fair?
Yeah, I mean, so typically royalties are going to be 5, 6, 7, 8%, somewhere in there. And those are ongoing fees that are assessed as a percentage of your revenues. The item 7 in your franchise disclosure document, the FDD, which is required document that you'll receive from the franchisor, will lay out exactly what you get in return for those royalty payments. And typically you're going to get things like training, marketing. You're going to get ongoing support through HR systems or point of sale systems or accounting systems, those sorts of things. And frankly, it's a great way to allow you to focus exclusively on the things that are going to make or break your business, which is focusing on your customers, your employees, and managing those resources.
Mhm. And how about exiting? Now that I've run my thing and I want to retire, can I sell my franchise? How does that work?
Yeah, all business owners exit at some point. Typically, franchise agreements will be a 5 to 10 year term. Sometimes there are restrictions on who you can sell that to, but lots of different ways to exit. You can sell it to another franchise owner that might have an adjacent territory. You can sell it through a business broker. You can sell it to your employees. Oftentimes, you may have some key employees that would like to buy you out over time. Some people hand it off to their kids and have their kids run it, and they use it as a way to transfer wealth amongst generations. So lots of different ways that you can exit from your business and sell it.
Okay, great. Are there any other sort of unspoken benefits or features about the franchise that really help veterans, build their wealth?
Yeah, I think there's really kind of, we talk about 5 ways, right? You can, the first way is you can draw a salary, right? You can pay, you probably should pay yourself a salary for the work that you do in your own business. The second one is, as an owner, you're going to get the earnings of the business. If you own 100% of the business, whatever those earnings are, you get all of those earnings from the business. The third is equity. So when you go to sell it, it's going to be worth usually some multiple of the annual earnings, and that's those would be treated in the form of capital gains. Another way is you buy assets in the business and you pay those off over time. So equipment that you have, maybe a piece of real estate, you pay that down over time, and at the conclusion, when you go to exit, that asset is worth something. And then the final one is there are tax advantages to business ownership. There are things that you are able to write off that you're not able to write off as a business owner. And so that's really kind of the fifth way. So yeah, lots of different ways that you're going to benefit financially from business ownership.
Well, gee, those are pretty attractive. How can a viewer find out more?
Yeah, we've got our business ownership brand is called Vetrepreneur. We offer free franchise coaching services for veterans. You can find those at vetrepreneur.com. Sign up for those for free. We also offer virtual franchise workshops on the first and third Thursday of every month at 12 noon Eastern. Those are about 45 minutes long, and you can sign up for those at vetrepreneur.com as well.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Paul.